The Bitcoin bull market is about to go crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about this, but just a year and a half ago, many people were dismissing Bitcoin as yet another Ponzi scheme or a scam as prices plummeted to well under 20K. But now that Bitcoin is on track to hit a new all-time high at 65K, the sentiment has shifted abruptly back into the favor of the bulls. And I'll be honest, folks, you can't really be surprised about this. This is a textbook trend that has played out in Bitcoin since its inception. And as a matter of fact, the spot Bitcoin ETFs are only further strengthening this move to the upside. As you can see, since 2010 on a log chart, the price of Bitcoin has followed a very similar trend where rallies are followed by collapses, followed by another rally, which has continued on with different and varying degrees up until this year. Every move higher has been of a smaller magnitude because obviously there is more supply, and as the price increases, the incremental buyer also loses steam. But the point here is that there is an immediately noticeable trend on a logarithmic scale of where Bitcoin is going. And this is something you can take advantage of big time. And as a matter of fact, after every halving event since 2012, which has only happened so far 3 times, the price of Bitcoin has appreciated like never before. This isn't a guarantee of what is yet to come. However, as we all know in markets, history tends to rhyme rather than repeat. Don't forget that there's only going to be a certain number of Bitcoin in supply in its entire history. That is unlike the supply of stocks or even real estate, which obviously continue to invest in themselves and grow in supply every single year. Companies can issue shares and new board members can come online with stock options that can dilute current shareholders. That is not the case with Bitcoin. And that doesn't even consider the fact that Bitcoin in and of itself is a blockchain currency, meaning it is 24 hours tradable as well as completely irrelevant of what the government is doing with its interest rate policy. The inflation of the dollar that we've witnessed since 1900 is not going to be the case with Bitcoin. This value, as a matter of fact, has resulted in the Bitcoin ETF inflows to be of an extremely higher magnitude compared to what gold inflows saw inflation adjusted when they first started trading. Investors are rushing in to owning and exposing themselves to Bitcoin because it is simply the best inflation hedge that exists in the market. And that, folks, is exactly why prices are appreciating right now like they have never before. The markets are anticipating inflation going higher over the next year or two because of where the Fed currently stands with its monetary policy. Remember, folks, we're at a peak of the tightening cycle right now. The Fed has nothing else to do other than keep interest rates stable or potentially cut them over the next 24 months. And well, what does higher inflation result in? Well, in most cases, it results in a weakening dollar, in the sense that the dollars you have right now are worth less than they were 5 years ago. And that exact concept is precisely why investors in the modern day and age want exposure to Bitcoin. And the ETFs that just got unlocked in January are just the beginning of that. Yeah, sure, many skeptics will still say Bitcoin doesn't have any inherent utility, but that doesn't mean that prices can't appreciate. Unlike in the stock market, the price of Bitcoin isn't determined necessarily by just supply and demand or retail interest. Instead, it is determined by actual fundamentals in the blockchain as well as the hash rate and how miners perceive demand for the currency going in the near future. The point is that historically, Bitcoin prices have always appreciated in election years as well as years when the halving occurs, not only pre-halving but also post-halving. And that, in my opinion, is going to result in significant appreciation for this technology in the near future and a potential appreciation of the price to almost 6 figures. And a company by the name of Coinbase, as a matter of fact, currently has the upper hand when it comes to this appreciation, with its business being number one in the cryptocurrency exchange and brokerage markets in the US right now, as well as the company just approaching profitability for the first time since 2021. What do you guys think? Is Bitcoin seriously on track for 100K? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and thank you very much for watching.